Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Black with only gift Pokemon was a fun run. Let's follow that up with a solo run. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Fire Red with a team of only one Barboach. So this is fun. It's a Pokemon that I don't think I've ever used in my life. I can see why it was recommended though. Look at these stats. 288 base stats is about on par with first form starters, and we're not really good at anything. I guess we have less special defense and more speed, but nothing is that different. Our ability is Oblivious, so we can't fall for Attraction. Really not that useful in solo runs, especially not in Fire Red. By level up, we do get some good stuff. We're Ground and Water, a fun type combo, but it leaves us super weak to grass moves. I'm seeing Earthquake, Amnesia, and Rest on the moveset though. Maybe we're gonna have to beat grass Pokemon by spamming out Amnesia and Rest. I mean, it's a weird solution, but it might work. By TMs, I don't really see anything I'm too interested in, mostly because we get most of the good stuff by level up. I'm sure that I'll learn Water Pulse after Misty and Surf as soon as we can get to the Safari Zone, but either than that, I think I'm just gonna learn Ice Beam to take out Lance. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through with the challenge, so all this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. This looks possible, but I think our rival is gonna be really hard. We're double weak to his starter, and he'll have 2 Pokemon with Intimidate, so it's gonna be rough. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Barboach. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Squirtle with Barboach so that we can do the whole run with it. I picked to replace Squirtle so that our rival would have Venusaur, for sure the hardest for us to fight. Our nature is naughty, so more attack and less special defense. So our Earthquake is extra strong, but we're extra weak to grass moves. I mean, I should probably get a different nature just because that weakness is so bad for us, but I kinda wanna try it anyway. Will I win? Maybe not, but let's just see. I name him Charmander. That's a weird fish. So the start of the run is a little weird because I had to run from Pidgey, but once we were in the forest, it was fine. We had a really weird starting move, Mud Slap. It's basically the upgraded Sand Attack. It's a Sand Attack that also does a little bit of damage. It only has 10 power points and it's really not meant to be your main attacking move, so the plan is just to get to level 11 so that we learn Water Gun, then go beat the Rock Gym. It should be really easy. After that, I figure we can easily level up in Mount Moon to prepare for the Water Gym, win that fight, then we can use her TM for Water Pulse to get a better water move. Sounds like a plan, let's go! Okay, Rock Gym was a super easy first try. Could it have gone any other way? So here's the plan. We're water and ground, so water type is neutral to us. Starmie might actually hit pretty hard, and our water gun isn't going to be doing much damage in return. I'm thinking I level up a little bit here, then rely on Mud Slap to ruin the accuracy of Starmie. Then I'll be level 16, and by then I can use Magnitude and hope to roll a high number. I'm feeling pretty good about this strategy. On our way there, I took the Helix Fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone ask anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Well, that didn't work at all. By the time I got there, I had Amnesia, so I built it up against Staryu, thinking that it would help. Just to realize that Starmie has Swift, so it doesn't need to use a special move, and Mud Slap isn't gonna make it miss. Okay, well that's gonna make this a lot harder than I expected. Let's do the rival fight, and probably the SS Ann first. Nope, that isn't happening either. We always get Sand Attacked right away, and even on attempts where we never end up missing, Bulbasaur always just one-shots us with Vine Whip. We're a full 10 levels away from learning any moves that could really help us here. So I think the answer is just to gain a few levels and see if our stats will let us overpower the rival. Okay, so after a long grind, we're at level 27. I lost a bunch of tries to stuff like Sleep Powder, and Vine Whip can easily two-shot us from full health. But on this try, he just missed Poison Powder, and Magnitude was finally doing decent damage, so we won. I'll go do Nugget Bridge, and then I'll try the Water Gym. We've got to be close to winning in there. Hey, this time the Water Gym went great, and I don't really know why. She had a lot of chances to use Recover, and she absolutely could have beaten me. But she just didn't, so we won. Must be an early game AI thing. I'm feeling pretty good about this next chunk of the run. We're learning Earthquake really soon, and I figured that should carry us through the next rival fight really well. After that is the Electric Gym, who I expect to sweep, then Rock Tunnel. Alright, the rival was just about a sweep, super easy thanks to Earthquake. We got sand attacked early, so we missed a little bit, but it wasn't a problem. And of course, the Electric Gym right after was a sweep. How could it not be? We have Earthquake by the third gym. It's awesome. Alright, so we're going back on the road, and the next major fight is looking hard. Not Giovanni, I mean, he's gonna be easy, and I guess I should fight him next for that reason. But after that is the Grass Gym. Sure, Earthquake is good, but is it good enough to make us win that gym without being hit? Because that's probably what we're gonna need. Okay, so Giovanni literally didn't even hurt us. I still don't feel great about the Grass Gym. How about I go do the rival fight first? That one's usually easy, we'll probably sweep him. Well, this is a first. Yeah, it started off as an easy enough battle, but then I totally forgot we have nothing to deal with Water Onyx. He's half our level and beats us pretty easily. I think the best thing I can do is learn Ice Beam, but I doubt I'm gonna have the money to get that many coins right now. Maybe I should clear out the Grass Gym first. I'm sure I can one-shot at least some of the trainers in there. Ouch. We almost one-shot Victory Bell, but we got one-shot in return, of course. This is more brutal than I was expecting. I really thought that I'd be able to beat our rival and just leave the Grass Gym for later. Okay, well, if we have no other move for water and flying types, then I guess I'll learn Return. We don't need Mud Slap anymore anyway, so I figure it's a decent trade. Okay, so learning Return got us a win over the Water Onyx, and the rest of the fight was easy, but it was still kind of close. We don't really hit hard with Return. Surf is gonna be a lot stronger than it, just not against Water Onyx. Honestly, I have no idea why people say to ban Return. It's almost the same power as Surf, and I have never once seen someone tell me to ban Surf. The power difference between maxed out Return and Surf is less than that of a single Poison Sting. In fact, on any run where I've ever used a Water-type Pokemon, Surf is stronger than Return, and they still tell me to ban Return and not Surf. Return isn't amazing, it's just good. And with that, we're on the road again. The Grass Gym can wait for later, we can just sweep it with Earthquake later in the run. Right now I want to go get Surf and then try the Poison Gym. Now, most of his team has Levitate, so I can't just Earthquake my way through the whole fight, but I figure that with Surf, I might be able to win. Yeah, maybe they'll just blow up, but I think we stand a decent shot. And hey, if we do win, then you know we gotta destroy Blaine early. Okay, so we didn't win on the first try at Koga, but we came really, really close. We one-shot our way to Weezing at the end. It's basically just a one-on-one duel for this fight. We could get a 3-shot, but every time his health gets low, he just uses a Hyper Potion. His Sludge doesn't really do much to us, but is gonna poison us eventually. Even if he doesn't poison us though, it looks like we'd be one shot away from knocking him out. That's about as close as it gets. I'm gonna try this a few times, maybe weird damage ranges or a crit will get us a win. Never mind, next try was really easy because Earthquake left Muck with a sliver so he wasted the Hyper Potions. By the time I fought Weezing, I just had to hit it 3 times. That was really easy. You know what that means. We have to go try the Blaine fight early. Now this isn't the super bad AI Blaine from Gen 1, so he might put up a real fight. Plus he's got 2 Pokemon with Intimidate, so I think we'll have to use Surf instead of Earthquake. Do you think we'll win? I think it'll be pretty close actually. Yeah, it was super close. The first forms are all one-shots, but the second forms hurt quite a bit, especially RK9. We got a win, but it was a really close one, and it's only because they couldn't just Fire Blast us into oblivion. We have a great type combo for this place. Oh, and we're over-leveled for it, so I did the Grass Gym. It still took 4 tries due to me getting crit by Giga Drain 3 different times in a row, but as soon as that anomaly stopped happening, it was fine. Okay, so with that down, we have Silph Co. This and Victory Road are kind of like the last dungeons of the game, so we don't have many trainers before the end. We have the rival fight in here that's always hard, 2 easy Giovanni fights, a probably easy Psychic Gym, and another rival fight. I think that we're gonna lose and have to grind at both rival fights though. In fact, I think I might go convert some money into coins and get Ice Beam. It's a little weaker than Return, but it's still neutral against Water Onyx, and it's super effective against Venusaur. Considering the only reason I got Return was so that I'd have a move that isn't resisted by Water Onyx, I think it's a good move choice. Plus, I'm gonna want Ice Beam before I get to Lance anyway. I'm gonna fight some trainers here, get Ice Beam, then I'll try the rival fight. Alright, so this is kind of what I thought would happen. We did pretty good damage to Venusaur, but he just one-shot us with Razor Leaf. That move only has a 5% chance to miss, so I should probably just clear the building of trainers and see if we end up with enough health to survive it. I figure that if we can survive one Razor Leaf, we might be able to just win the rest of the fight. It's hard to say, Water Onyx might still be able to finish us off. Man, this is brutal. Level 58 and we're still getting one-shot by non-critical Razor Leaves. I'm almost one-shotting Pidgeot with Ice Beam by this point. Makes me wonder how long this is gonna take. If you're wondering why I'm not using Amnesia, by the way, it's because every time that I try, I just get beaten up too much by Pidgeot, but maybe with all these level ups that's becoming more viable. All the way at level 61, and I'm still getting one shot by Razor Leaf, but it's at a point where I don't take much damage from Pidgeot, so I started trying to use Amnesia. We lose attack to Feather Dance sometimes, and that really sucks, but it mostly goes okay. Problem is that with our special defense that high, Venusaur just uses Poison Powder. We take it down, but then we do so badly against Water Onyx later in the fight that we lose. Even if we didn't get poisoned, I think we'd still lose to Water Onyx. He's way harder than I thought he'd be. If we could get past him though, then I think that we could win. Venusaur and Water Onyx are really the biggest threats on his team for us. So yeah, I think we could win, assuming we're not poisoned, of course. I'll get to level 65 and then keep trying. Okay, so this one took quite a few tries. I used less Amnesias this time and took out Pidgeot faster, but still lost attack to Feather Dance. Venusaur was a 2-shot, and it missed its Sleep Powder, so our health is the highest it's ever been at this point. Thanks to that, Water Onyx using Dragon Rage wasn't nearly as much of a problem, and we were able to get past it. Growlithe was obviously a one-shot, but last was Alakazam, and between two Pokemon with Intimidate and Feather Dance, we're down 4 stages of attack. Luckily, we've gained so many levels that we were able to one-shot Alakazam with Surf instead. You know what the worst part of this win is? The next 3 fights take like 10 minutes. I'm gonna be brick-walled by my rival again before the next time I stand up in real life. Giovanni was so easy that I didn't even bother healing before fighting him. He hit us once, and it was with Rage, so it did nothing. Psychic Gym was a borderline sweep as expected. Hey, do you think anyone's even gonna hit us in the ground gym? Nah, didn't take a hit the whole fight. We've gained like 2 levels? We are totally about to lose to our rival again. Okay, first try Pidgeot goes fine, although it's not a one-shot. Right away he sends out Venusaur, we do much less damage than I was hoping for, and we got one shot. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Let's try with Amnesia and see if that helps much. Yeah, this is totally an issue of us being too weak. I tried using Amnesia, but even with Pidgeot using Feather Dance once, we got hurt too much to be able to survive. We can handle a single Razor Leaf if it doesn't crit, and we use Amnesia twice, but the health loss from Wing Attack just ruins it for us. I'm either gonna have to level up until we beat them in less hits, or until Wing Attack can't soften us up too much. So I leveled up a bunch to 73, trying to fight over and over along the way, but this is usually how it goes. I get Amnesia in, try to take down Pidgeot, but lose a bunch of health to Wing Attack. On this try, he used Feather Dance, so we took less damage, but it didn't matter because Venusaur was still able to take it out after surviving with a Sliver. I know there's damage ranges and all, so it's not set in stone, but I think 2 more levels and I could beat Venusaur. I might even one-shot Pidgeot, it's hard to say. So the fight started well this time with us using Amnesia once, getting hit by Wing Attack, and then one-shotting Pidgeot. For Venusaur, we got literally the best attempt we have yet, as he used Growth for the first time, so we just 2-shot him, never getting hit. Rhyhorn was next, so I used another Amnesia before taking him down with Surf. Next was Water Onyx, and I was really worried when he used Rain Dance, just for his Hydro Pump to hardly hurt us at all. I guess Amnesia really saved us there. Thanks to that, not only did we take him down, but the entire rest of his team was a sweep with Surf, thanks to the rain that he started powering us up. That was an awesome fight. Alright, Victory Road. I'm not really sure how well this is gonna go. I can see Ice Trainer Lorelei being really hard, as well as Agatha. She's got Levitate on her ghosts and tends to fight dirty, so I'm expecting that to take quite a few tries. Bruno and Lance I think are going to be reasonably easy, especially Lance since we have Ice Beam and that's kind of just a cheat code for that fight. He can never handle Ice Beam. Our rival though, I could see us not beating him until level 90. Seriously, Venusaur and Water Onix give us some real issues. Now that we're at the Elite Four, let's take a look at our stats. Well, it's not great. Our speed is awesome, but other than that, I don't see us really being ready to win yet. I mean, 75 special defense with a double weakness to grass is really concerning, and knowing that we mostly have attack, but I won't be able to use attack in the Agatha fight, has me worried. Plus our rival uses Intimidate twice, and often Feather Dance. Really, attack is not a good stat to have right now. I went ahead and picked up Mystic Water to help power up our Surf. It only powers it up by 10% in this game, but I'll take whatever I can get. Make your final guesses on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. First is Ice Trainer Lorelei. So I gave this one quite a few tries, trying to figure out what the best way to do it is. Here's the real problem, and why this is such a long fight. We don't hit them hard at all. She has very tanky Pokemon, and many of them use Hail. Our special defense may be fantastic after a few rounds of Amnesia, but it's a very long fight, and Hail just keeps chipping away at us. It does the same damage regardless of our defenses. Sometimes Cloyster can waste an incredible amount of our time with Protect, and the Slowbro right after always lands with a sliver of health and heals back up with items. I'm thinking just hitting level 80 to beat some of our team in one less hit will be enough to get us a win. At level 80, I tried a bunch more times and thought that I was finally on the winning run when for the first time ever, Slowbro didn't hit us. Normally we don't get a two-shot here, but this time we did, so we were just fine. The problem is that Lapras right after paralyzes us, and it was all over. Honestly, with both Lapras and Jinx left, I don't think I could have won at this level. I still kind of think that we could win this run below level 90. I'm holding out hope. Level 85, and I'm 20 attempts in with nothing even close to a victory. There's a ton of randomness in this fight. What moves will Dugong do at the start? Will Slowbro use Rest? Will Cloyster ever set up Hail, or is he just going to use Spikes and Feint? And of course I get paralyzed every time by Lapras because that's just my luck. I knew this fight would be hard, but I think I've seriously underestimated just how hard. We're gonna need to be level 90 to beat Lorelei, let alone the rest of the Elite Four. Or so I thought, because even on this run where Lapras crit us, we won! Nope, no idea why. It's far from the best attempt at Lorelei I've had, and yet I won. I guess it could have been the crit on the Slowbro, but I've had it not even attack me before, so I don't know. I'm happy to make progress though. I guess the damage ranges just really worked out for us on that one. Second is Fighting Trainer Bruno. He was super easy, with us only taking one hit the whole fight. It was kind of a big hit. Sky Uppercut from Hitmonchan took out a solid third of our health, but once he went down, the entire rest of the team never landed a hit on us. Third is Ghost Trainer Agatha. Once again, a super easy fight where we only took one hit. I was actually worried about this one. It was Golbat using Air Cutter that hit us, but outside of that, it went perfectly fine. I was kind of worried about the Gengars, but no, easy fight. Fourth is Dragon Trainer Lance. Now this will probably surprise you because I know it surprised me, but Lance was super hard. I tried a bunch of times and literally never got past Water Onix at the start of the fight. Not a single time. Ice Beam and Surf are doing such similar damage that I can't even get him to not use a full restore. He just always outlasts me. I guess I'll have to level up. Level 90, and although we're still losing, I think we can win this one soon. We can beat Water Onix in 3 hits, saving us most of our health, but Dragonite is faster than us, so we just get hit by Hyper Beam. With the way Aerodactyl softens us up first, we end up fainting every time. I really hope that just a few more levels will let us be faster than at least the Dragonite. I figure if I'm faster than the Dragonites, I can win this. Alright, level 95, and we can literally one-shot Aerodactyl with Surf, and one-shot Dragonite with Ice Beam, and the rest of his team are one-shots too. We went from not being able to beat one Pokemon on his team, to being able to beat the entire thing in green health really quickly. because Pokemon's weird like that. Finally, the Pokemon champion. First is Pidgeot, who was nearly a one-shot with Ice Beam. It's kind of amazing. He got hit, froze, defrosted the same turn, and hit Feather Dance. I guess no physical attacks for us this fight. He healed, but we just finished him off before he could hit us. For Venusaur, I used Ice Beam for great damage as he just took in Sunlight for Solar Beam, so we were able to take him out on the next hit before he could use it. He really should have just kept Razor Leaf. Alakazam only used Reflect, and we're not using physical attack, so he didn't do anything of value before fainting. Rhydon was of course a one-shot with Surf, and next was Water Onix. Now, this guy is the first one to actually damage us, and it's because we're giving him a lot of chances to. We were hardly hurting him. I thought a Lucky Freeze was gonna take him out early, but he ended up using a Full Restore to get rid of it, and just kept using Dragon Rage and Hydro Pump. If it wasn't for him using multiple Full Restores, we'd have taken him out for sure, especially considering that his last Pokemon is Arcanine, who I'm pretty sure I can just one-shot. We were super close to winning this. Let's just get to level 100 and try a few more times. Okay, we're level 100, it's the next try, and we can literally one-shot sweep our entire way to Water Onix. Yeah, he got frozen and instantly defrosted yet again, but this time we take him out in 3 hits, and last was Arcanine, who was of course just a one-shot. It was close, but we won. Well, that was fun. I usually find it pretty fun to do these runs in Pokemon who have decent moves but really big type weaknesses. Any challenge that really changes what trainers are typically the hardest is gonna end up being a really interesting challenge. Anyway, I hope you guys like that run. I'm not totally sure what challenge is gonna be next, but I do know that it's probably gonna be in 2 weeks instead of 1. I just have a lot to get done right now. I'll have something Pokemon challenge related coming up in the next couple weeks for sure though. Something Pokemon. As always, I'm looking at your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge request section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. Outro, if I can peel back the curtain a little bit, which I feel like is exactly what this portion of the video is specifically for. It is currently, let me check, Saturday, October the 28th of 2023. When I'm recording this bit of the voiceover. Actually, the first couple pages of the voiceover I did record right after recording a little bit at the end of the previous week's voiceover thing, which is why my voice starts getting a little bit hoarse at the end of it, and then all of a sudden sounds fine again. I don't even know if you guys noticed it. I probably just noticed it because it's my own voice and everything. But the beginning of this video, my voice started getting a little bit hoarse, so I just had to pause the voice recording like 8 minutes in or something, and did the rest of the voiceover the next morning. Which means I haven't had breakfast yet, because that's just how I do it, I guess. But I am super excited for today, again, the 28th of October, 2023, because NWA Samhain is on, and I'm really excited for that. I've never seen a Halloween-themed, I guess not Halloween-themed specifically. I believe Samhain is some old pagan festival, but I've never seen a Halloween-themed pay-per-view, like a full one, you know? And NWA's thematic stuff is always really, really fun. NWA pay-per-views are really fun in general, so I'm excited for that. That's a wrestling thing. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm sure you probably could have guessed that was a wrestling thing. Anyway, I want to get like this whole video edited before Samhain tonight, so I've got like 8 hours to do that. I've got to get like 2 meals in me within that time, and I need to do my neck routine, and I need to get a workout. And, today's a premiere day because it's a Saturday, so I gotta be there for the premiere at 4 o'clock. Maybe I'll be editing on the side during that. That's usually what I do. In fact, if you come to the premieres, you already know that, because I feel like every time I show up at the premiere, I just end up saying, oh, sorry if I'm a little bit quiet, I'm editing on the side, because of course I'm always working. But I want to get all of it done so that I can have a nice night, watch a nice NWA pay-per-view, and just have a good time. And next week is Turning Point, the big Impact pay-per-view from the UK, in which my friend Tom Campbell is the ring announcer for. How cool is that? Is that not the... I love that. That's... just makes me really happy, because Tom's a really nice guy. Tom, if you know him, you probably know him from Cultaholic, the YouTube channel, or perhaps from their podcast stuff, you know, Desert Island Graps. I was on that once, that was fun. Or he guests on the Cultaholic Wrestling podcast quite a bit. Does a lot of stuff on that channel. But I'm just really happy to see that after his years of ring announcing, he finally gets to ring announce an Impact pay-per-view, which is the coolest thing ever. Anyway, if you don't know wrestling, you have no idea what I've been saying for the last few minutes of my life. You know what? It's better that way. I'm gonna go cook myself some breakfast. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.